Lukaku! This time! That is another delightful finish from Romelu Lukaku!
Romelu Lukaku is set to follow in the footsteps of legendary strikers like Ronaldo, Adriano, Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Diego Milito in leading Inter Milan to the Serie A title after 11 long years. The man who is often unfairly remembered for his difficult spell at Manchester United has been the driving force behind Inter's rise to the top of Italy. In this video, we will look at Lukaku's incredible transformation from a figure of ridicule in England to one of the world's very best strikers in Italy. Let's dive in. Lukaku has always been a prolific goal scorer at every club except Manchester United, but even by his lofty standards, his record at Inter is truly staggering. Playing for a team that focuses on defence first, Lukaku leads the league for the most goal contributions this season over some world-class players. Not only does Lukaku score a lot of goals, he creates them too. He ranks second in the Serie A scoring charts and first for assists. Lukaku's achievements this season should not take away any attention from his performances in the 2019-2020 campaign. From the time he joined Inter, Lukaku ranks third among Serie A players for total goal contributions. This becomes even more impressive when you notice the type of players around him. The likes of Ronaldo, Immobile and Zapata all play for offensively minded teams, while Lukaku often has to carry the attacking burden all by himself. If Lukaku is this good while playing for a team that is not geared towards attacking, you can only imagine how good he will be if he plays for a dominant team like Bayern Munich or Manchester City. While Lukaku was often unfairly criticised as a stat padder and a flat-track bully in England, there can be no such criticisms levelled at him at Inter. Most of his goals are scored when the game is level or when Inter are trailing. Every time Inter have needed someone to stand up and deliver, it has inevitably been one man, Lukaku. Almost half of Lukaku's goals have given Inter the lead, while another 15% have been equalisers. Put together, close to 70% of Lukaku's goals have directly influenced Inter's results. Another 18% of his goals have resulted in extending a one-goal lead to 2 and to cement winning positions, an often overlooked statistic when judging the impact of goals. All said and done, only 15% of his goals have been stat-boosting, a remarkably low tally for a top striker. Lukaku's ability to handle the big games was often criticised in England, and perhaps rightly so. It is a mark of his development in Italy that he has now firmly established himself as the man for the big occasions. Lukaku has 6 goals this season against teams in the top 6, bagging a brace against Lazio while also scoring match winner against Napoli. His best, however, has been saved for Inter's crosstown rivals Milan. He has 3 goals in 3 games against them this season, including a thumping solo goal in the most recent derby. His Champions League record is nothing to scoff at either, with Borussia Mönchengladbach at the receiving end of 2 braces in the group stages. At this point in his career, Lukaku can no longer be called a flat-track bully. According to Understat, Lukaku has been a world-class finisher since his final season at Everton. His finishing skill means he has scored 11 goals more than the average player would have from the same chances. For comparison, in the same time frame, Robert Lewandowski has added 1.4 goals through his finishing, and Sergio Aguero has added merely 0.4 goals through his finishing. Compared to other world-class strikers, there can be no doubt that Lukaku is among the premier finishers on the planet, with only Harry Kane significantly better among high-volume goal scorers. According to FBref's finishing metric, Lukaku's finishing ability has slightly deteriorated at Inter, but it is good enough to place him among the very best in the world, with his XG over performance ranking in the 86th percentile. Lukaku's finishing is aided by his comfort on both feet and his heading ability. Lukaku can execute a wide range of finishes with his left and right feet and is equally capable of blasting shots or using more finesse. This makes it very easy for him to score regardless of the angle or distance from goal. 43% of his league goals since 2014-2015 have come with his right foot or his head, an extraordinarily high tally for a player who is naturally left-footed. At Inter, Antonio Conte's system has focused on giving more chances to Lukaku's left foot in order to maximise his goal-scoring potential, but the body of work across Lukaku's career suggests he is supremely comfortable finishing with his right foot or his head. If you've enjoyed this video so far, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Football Per 90. Hit the bell icon as well to get notified every time we have a new video for you. Lukaku has massively improved in terms of his general play involvement. From being a limited contributor in England, Lukaku has evolved into one of the world's best hold-up players in Italy. He has achieved this thanks to a mixture of Conte's exceptional training methods and Lukaku's own desire to improve. Statistically, Lukaku ranks very highly for multiple passing metrics, and along with Harry Kane and Karim Benzema, he is one of the few strikers who can combine open play involvement along with being a strong goal threat. The biggest growth in Lukaku's game has come in the passing department. Compared to his time in the Premier League, Lukaku these days is secure when receiving the ball and moving it on to his teammates, often moving his team forward with his passing. His technical ability has always been underrated, but under the coaching of Antonio Conte, his passing game has truly reached a new level. One of Lukaku's favourite moves is to receive the ball, spin a defender and play a through ball past the defence. This is reflected in his passes received metric, along with passes under pressure and through balls, and his percentile ranks are around 83 for both stats. Lukaku's ball carrying has been a constant positive since his time as a teenager. His speed, strength and intelligence make it almost impossible for defenders to stop him once he starts running with the ball. As he has aged, Lukaku has learned to use his ball carrying skills to progress the play when he or his team have a bad day at passing. As a result, he does not run with the ball as much as someone like Kylian Mbappe, but his ball carrying skills are excellent when required. Most notably, he ranks in the 87th percentile for carrying the ball into the penalty box, and his stats for carrying the ball in order to progress the play are very encouraging as well. Lukaku is an excellent creator for his position and a very underrated one. Thanks to his underrated vision and incredibly high game intelligence, Lukaku can spot his teammates making runs and makes even difficult passes to create shots for them. Perhaps the best creative trait of Lukaku's creativity is the variety of ways in which he can create. He can pull the ball for simple tap-ins, play cute through balls beyond the defence, or cross the ball from deeper positions for a teammate to head the ball. Lukaku is in the prime of his career and as such has very few weaknesses in his game. His lack of defensive effort could be seen as a flaw by some, but this has more to do with the coach's tactics rather than his own capacity to defend. Lukaku is a complete striker at this point of his career, with only one minor flaw in his skill set: his reluctance to take many shots. As we've seen earlier, Lukaku has been a very strong finisher over his career. He has shown that he can score even on teams with not many creative players. However, for a major striker, Lukaku does not shoot enough. When compared to the likes of Kane, Lewandowski and other top strikers, Lukaku seems a lot more hesitant to let the ball rip. If he is this good while averaging few shots per target, you can only imagine how good he will be if he learns to take more risks with his shots. Given his shooting technique, he could easily get himself another 3 or 4 goals from long range if he takes more shots. Lukaku seems to have found a permanent home in Milan and has repeatedly stated his desire to stay at the club. His bond with his manager Conte is unbreakable, and Lukaku has made it clear that he wants to emulate his idol Ronaldo at Inter. In the best case, this is what everyone wants. However, given Inter's financial difficulties, a transfer is very much possible this summer. If he does leave San Siro, two major clubs stand out as potential candidates: Manchester City and Chelsea. Manchester City have a pressing need for a striker and have been linked with a vast array of world-class number 9s: Harry Kane, Erling Haaland and of course, Big Rom. Lukaku's hold-up play, technique, athleticism and most importantly, his goal nous makes him a worthy successor to the legendary Sergio Aguero and a big upgrade on what they have right now. At City, Lukaku will have the chance to play with world-class attackers for the first time in his club career, the chance to win trophies on a near yearly basis and the chance to play under Pep Guardiola. Lukaku and Guardiola appear to be a match made in heaven, both in terms of skill sets and in terms of their competitive personalities. And of course, the chance to prove Manchester United wrong is an added motivation and something that will no doubt drive Lukaku to greater heights. The presence of Kevin De Bruyne, a long-time teammate for the Belgian, is no doubt an additional boost too. However, he is rumoured to be City's third choice behind Kane and Haaland, and is viewed merely as a contingency plan. He does not fit City's policy of signing young players, although it must be kept in mind that Kane does not either. Everyone knows that Chelsea are the club Lukaku grew up supporting. If not for a fatal mistake from Jose Mourinho, Lukaku could have very well cemented himself as a Chelsea legend. The club are looking for a big striker yet again, and Lukaku perfectly fits the bill for what they need. They need a consistent goal threat who is also a big personality in the dressing room in order to mentor their younger players. There are very few players who fit them better than Rom. Moving to Chelsea will make Lukaku the undisputed main man in the team, as opposed to City, where he will always have to take a back seat to De Bruyne and Foden. Like Guardiola, Tuchel is an elite coach who will greatly appreciate Lukaku's qualities, and the fit is nothing to worry about. What is actually something to worry about is the Chelsea board. They were left unimpressed when he rejected the club to sign for Man United in 2017, changing his mind at the last minute. Have they forgiven him for that? We don't know. There is always a question surrounding stability at Chelsea too, with the constant change in managers and players. While Lukaku will be used to that as a seasoned professional at this point, it is still a negative. Positives: his undeniable goal-scoring prowess. The fact that he's an excellent finisher, that he's comfortable with both feet, and scores plenty of important goals. He is one of the world's best when it comes to hold-up play, also a great ball carrier and definitely an underrated creator. Negatives: he doesn't take many shots and can also contribute more defensively, although this is kind of down to the team's tactics as well. That brings us to the end of this video, a thorough top-to-bottom look of Romelu Lukaku, one of Europe's best strikers. Don't forget to like this video, comment and subscribe to Football Per 90 for more in-depth analysis like this. Until next time, goodbye.